The group passed through the gate, suddenly feeling as though the world had turned upside down. The vast sky with celestial entities had now transformed into a low-hanging lantern, softly swaying beneath the beams of a house. The room was small with dim lighting, likely located in the Hanafuda house. The only unusual thing was at the other end of the room, where there were two sliding doors with completely different screens. Are we back at the Hanafuda house? Kaga asked, lowering his head to sniff the tatami in the room, trying to tell if there was any scent from cabaret and cards. It seems to be mixed with a strange aroma. It shouldn't be, according to the game rules. We should be in the second round now. Listen. Suddenly, a cracking sound echoed from the east, west, and south, walls painted with card patterns as they neared the center where the group stood. The walls were closing in, not very quickly, but the space in the room was definitely being compressed. We must leave this room. From what we know about Karuta, it can't possibly be as simple as opening the door and leaving, right? Like the patterned walls, the two doors were also painted with vibrant designs, which strangely seemed to be alive and flowing. One door was painted with peonies, maple leaves, and chrysanthemums, each adorned with 3 blue ribbons. The other door was painted with silvergrass and chrysanthemums, with a full moon suspended in the sky. Should we consider other methods to solve the problem? Hitomasa lifted his bow. Let's try. Through the door with blue ribbons. Hitomasa opened the door Samir ordered, while Yalpikuni waved her staff, hurrying the group along. Samir brought up the rear of the group. The hem of his robe barely had brushed the threshold when a lantern crashed down behind them. They turned around to see that the walls had tightly closed in, completely sealing the room. Not so long ago it had been a spring world with flowers. Now it was a place full of life-threatening danger. Karuta's temperament is truly elusive, and the game shifts in the blink of an eye. Something grabbed a handful of the fur on my tail. This new room looks a bit eerie. The walls were painted like the demon parade, and the flickering lanterns cast distorted shadows. Outside the window, the world was void like gusakura trees floating upside down and swallows frozen in mid-air. If one stepped outside, who knew whether they would float in the void or fall into a bottomless abyss? The walls were closing in on the group, faster and faster. The painting on the door are card sets. To escape the room, we need to find the door with the highest value. Sounds like choosing the best hand at the card table. The highest value, the screen on the right. Hitomasa rushed toward the screen door like an arrow. Just as he reached to it, a shadow leapt out from the screen. He swiftly dodged. Before anyone could see the shadow's true form, it vanished like a ghost. Outside the room, Karuta's humming drifted in. Wine under the moon, moon over the grass, the late bird with pink eyes. Each ending note of the humming caused the walls to close in even further. Make your choice. If you don't hurry up, you'll end up as the demons painted on the screen. Karuta's voice echoed throughout the room. The next room changed to a different form, and it was shrinking at a speed visible to the naked eye. And worse, there are even more sliding doors with screens. The card sets are not hard to remember, but when they are painted on the doors, it requires not only identifying the patterns, but also deducing the set. And we also need to find the highest value among the increasing number of sets within limited time. This tests both reflex and familiarity with cards, right? The further the group went, the darker the room became. Sometimes it felt like walking on solid ground. Sometimes it felt like stepping on the cotton wool. But no matter what, they had to hurry and reach the next correct door as quickly as possible. As they broke through the 10th door, the card wall suddenly faded to a dull gray. They saw a figure curled up in front of the door. It was the illusion that had appeared earlier. The figure buried its face in its arms, murmuring softly, "Why leave me alone here? Mother, Mother, why let go of my hand? What did I do wrong?" The emotions pouring out of the illusion were intense, and the biting cold caused frost to form on the walls. This is even more unsettling than the miasma. Don't stare at it for too long, it's straining our focus. Behind another door, several figures stood in the room. Their shapes were blurry, as if shrouded in mist, and the mist spread throughout the room, much like their emotions. There are so many wrongs in the world, why only focus on mine? So, you all think it'd be better if I don't exist? My birth was a mistake, and it's my greatest sin. Once more, this time I will recover everything I lost. I'll impress everyone. Their emotions were eroding and but their emotions were so real, like water stains seeping through paper, penetrating hearts little by little, making people unconsciously affected. The deeper they went, the more negative the memory illusions became. Their influence grew stronger, the danger escalated, and everyone felt the resistance coming from the memories. When will it end? The sliding screen door suddenly trembled, and Karuta stepped out from within the screen. Give up here? If you go any further, you'll find nothing but aged promises and rotten curses. You're about to witness the most terrifying part of varied views. Most of those who lost to me left me with the same thing, scorching memories. Karuta's fingertips tapped lightly, sending Hanafuda cards spinning through the air. Some were speckled with black stains. Anger, sorrow, guilt, boredom. I took them all. By discarding these memories, they became happier and left the Hanafuda house feeling lighter. The cards in the air trembled. One of them made a mournful accusation. A great fire, and everything turned to ash. That wondrous scene at sea can never be seen again. What a pity. What a pity. I'm helping them, isn't that a good thing? Look at these memories abandoned in this world. Would you really want to take them back? Karuta started humming once again. Wine under the moon, moon over the grass, the late bird will pick eyes. The memory illusions in the room began to move with Karuta singing. They transformed into a flowing black mirror, filling the entire room and wrapping around everyone's ankles. Soon no one could move. If you mix all the colors together, then it becomes black. the color that can devour everything. Because of the direct contact with the memory illusions, a flood of emotion surged into everyone's heart. Little fox, are you feeling sad? Don't cry. I'm looking forward to what kind of memory you'll give me later. Karuta laughed. Can't move at all. Meanwhile, the room continued to shrink, and the mirror gradually rose to their waists. Hitomasa drew his bow, but as he was about to shoot, he hesitated. If I shatter these memories, if they are damaged, will they become incomplete? The walls pushed the mirror closer, and the tip of Hitomasa's arrow was stained with black. Beads of sweat formed on his forehead. Seme, get us out of here. Paper dolls, listen to my command. After 3 breaths, follow me and dive into the abyss. Seme waved his folding fan, and the paper dolls swiftly attached themselves to everyone. 3, 2, 1, go! Seme's voice echoed in everyone's mind through the paper dolls. Follow the voice transmission of paper dolls. Kimiko, can you hear me? Just answer me in your mind. Kimiko? Supposed to be Sasuke. That was the name I had given this game the first time. It forgot. Oh wow, now his name is Kimiko. It's supposed to be Sasuke, not my name. Master Same, I can hear you, but I can't hold my breath any longer. Calm down, feel around, and see if you can find a solid point to push off from. Kimiko reached out to a cold, hard object. I don't know if I should keep saying Kimiko or just Sasuke at this point. The game has forgotten. Master Same, there's something outward. Sasuke's wrist was suddenly grabbed and locked. Just pretend that says Sasuke, people. Ah, what is this? My wrist hurts. Same threw out 5 amulets, each marked with the word break. Don't let go. That's the anchor stone that Yalbikuni embedded. Hitomasa moved towards the west wall and grabbed the anchor stone. Listen to my order. Ready, rise. Gradually, something started to loosen. A wailing sound, like the cry of a crane, came from the mirror. I don't know if that's a mirror or a mire. I don't know. It's even harder than pulling gluttonous rice, Chuck. The degree of looseness grew larger and larger. Now, the entire space felt as though it were being overturned by an invisible hand, like a Hanafuda card flipped over. The imprisoning mire began dissipating into a fine rain. The blackness faded. Freed from the mire, everyone landed on the floor of the room. The chilly temperature gradually rose as well. What? What was that? At the card table, players had always seen only the front side, adorned with brilliant designs. What about the other side? After leaving the Hanafuda house, what did the overlooked backs of the cards look like? If a card has 2 sides, can we say our memories have the other side too? Most of what people lost to Karuta were the memories they wished to abandon. These memories were mostly negative, of anger, boredom, or pain. But what people don't know is, even painful, angry, and boring memories hold their own meaning. The abandoned boring memory of sitting idly in a rocking chair has a warming ray of sunlight. The abandoned angry memory of heated argument has the courage to defend someone significant. The abandoned painful memory of losing a loved one has the final tenderness of the person you cherish. Countless memories make up our soul, shape who we are, and give us the strength to move forward. As the man spoke, his words, like spring breeze, returned the turbulent mire to the form of memory illusions. The anger faded and the sorrow no longer accumulated. All the shadows, like clouds pierced by light, dispersed. What remained was the other side of the Hanafuda cars, the other side of the memories. The emotions of happiness, joy, and warmth contained within the same memories. They've all changed and become soft. There's no longer that cold scent. Let's leave this room before they rise to stop us again. The group passed the final door. Karaka stepped into the flower shield, startling countless butterflies. The Hanafuda keepsakes of a whole year all bloomed here. We won this round, so this is the reason why I became like this. Why, after losing memories, some people became anxious and insecure. Why, when the sunlight shines on me, I can't feel the warmth and joy. Likely because I gave away a memory of lazily basking in the sun on the riverbank when I was a child. It made me think a lazy sunbath is a happy thing. But after I lost this memory, I naturally forgot that thought and feeling as well. This is why my heart has gradually become hollow, because I truly lost something precious. I feel like these card players didn't forget a certain time, but rather lost the pieces of a complete puzzle. The petals at feet seemed to reveal the twilight moment of a certain courtyard, with young Kagura standing under the eaves. Just like that afternoon when she sheltered from the rain under the eaves, young Kagura looked up at the sun shower, reaching out to catch the raindrop falling from the eaves. I thought it was just a boring time of counting raindrops. It wasn't just that rain itself wagered. Along with it went the sound of rain hitting the leaves, the lingering coolness of the raindrops on my fingertips. Those subtle sensations were the nourishment that shaped me into who I am today. All memories are the roots of our soul. Yabukuni rubbed Kagura's head. Exactly. Then we have more reasons not to lose. I don't want to lose any piece of myself. I must reclaim my memories too. Applause echoed from the flower field. No card player has ever made it to the third round. In the center of the radiant flower field, there was a tea table with smoke rising gently from the tea. Karuta sat on one side, resting her chin with a smile, waiting for everyone to join her for the final match. About time. The tea is getting cold. Welcome to the final game. I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of memories you'll stake. Oh my goodness, these are long, man. Ugh. She's a freaking trickster, man. She's taking them into other realms and stuff. That's how she wins. I'll be honest, I see why certain people left this game. Cause to be honest, this story kind of boring. To be honest, like I know I'm supposed to be reading these, but this game ain't been interesting until they put Izanami Amaterasu and then Kotodama. Like those were some interesting stories, the way they did it in the game. This right here, this ain't it. This is if you just want to know the fillers, like some, I don't know, some backstory. So far, this is boring. Like, are they gonna find out that she tricks people? That's how she keeps winning? Oh, let's see. Is this the last round? What's the rule this time? Don't worry, we do it in a simple, natural way. The first 2 rounds were just a small test. Now we're getting to the main game, Hanafuda match. If anyone wishes to reclaim the memories they've lost, they must face me in a duel. No outsider help is permitted. I shall duel with you. Though there's clearly no chance of winning, you still want to challenge again. This courage should be praised. We have come this far. Thank you all for your help. No matter what, I will preserve today's memories and carve them into my heart. Don't worry, you've made it this far. Believe in yourself. All right. Sasuke walked up to Karuta's card table and took a seat. The Hanafuda card match against Karuta officially began. The game progressed swiftly. Karuta's playstyle was sharp and aggressive. She played with remarkable speed, rarely hesitating, as if she had already foreseen this match, deciphered every move of her opponent, and calculated all possible outcomes. As if she was waiting her opponent to step into the web of her plan, one move at a time. As she waited, Karuta stacked her cards into a tower. With a single glance at the board, Karuta arrived at her conclusion. You lost. Karuta stretched lazily and yawned. I haven't even tried yet. If you're going to play with me like this, isn't it a waste of all the help you've received from so many people? You only mentioned that the rule of this game is a duel with you, but you didn't specify how many times we can duel, right? Pardon me? I'll stake my memory of the spring ceremony at 15. Let's start another match. Interesting, like a firefly darting toward the flames. The time is still early, so let's enjoy the game to the fullest after all. She a freaking card trickster. How you just gonna try to end the game like that? She's not winning, she's tricking people. Making every customer leave happily is the aim of my business. She a freaking fraud. The second match began. This time, Karuta showed fewer mercy. Her moves were swift and decisive, and the board seemed like her personal plaything, entirely in her control. You felt like her prey, desperately trying to escape on this card table. But Karuta, with just slight movements of her fingers, left you in a dead end. Lost faster than last time. Don't you make me bored. Please take this memory and another match. Sasuke lost count of how many games have been lost again and again. Man, you ain't gonna have no freaking memory. You keep giving it up to her. She freaking tricking you. But Karuta's expression grew serious and her tone became more solemn. You want to continue? You're about to forget your own name, aren't you? Seme, if this continues, will Sasuke lose all his memory? The best thing about Hanafuda is that you can always continue, no? Kagura could tell that in Seme's eyes there was worry, yet he still maintained his call. After every victory there is either a turning point of hope, or all previous efforts have been in vain. Even with a ribbon that's worth only 1 point, as long as you dare to stake everything, you have a chance to turn the table with a rain and lights. A new match began. You are a worthy opponent. I can see that with each match, you analyze my strategy and continuously refine your own play. But this is an extremely exhausting approach. If you keep going like this, your body won't be able to withstand it. For what, exactly? Just for the memories you lost to me? Memories deemed unimportant even by yourself? Yes, I did think they were unimportant. But after losing them, I gradually realized that what I lost were not just useless memories. Before, I also wondered whether losing a memory could have such a significant impact. But along the way, I stopped hesitating and doubting. Like Master Same said, all memories hold meaning. What I want to reclaim is my important past, significant roots that shaped who I am today. What if the memory you're trying to reclaim is a painful one? Perhaps once you reclaim it, you'll have to face the pain of losing a loved one again. But rather than endure the pain of losing a loved one, I would rather not forget them at all. For a brief moment, Karuta faltered. An almost imperceptible opportunity appeared. The balance of the game shifted in a strange and subtle way. It's not over yet. Once I complete a 5 lights, you will have no chance of winning. Just as Karuta was about to complete the 5 lights, the 5 cards in her hand suddenly transformed into a blank void. The balance tipped completely. What? I'd like to ask too, has anyone among you made a move? Rest assured, we are people who follow the rules. It has never happened before. Never? Or rather, because I have never actually played the 5 lights in all my previous matches. Why the 5 lights can't be used? Lady Karuta, shall we continue the match? If it wasn't your doing, nor was it caused by me, there is no reason not to. But you are losing. Yes, although the points in my hand aren't particularly high, if I declare it over. At the very moment the match was about to be decided, the space suddenly changed. A fierce wind swept through, lifting countless petals into the air. The sky, clear and bright seconds ago, now had dark clouds gathered ominously overhead. The soft petals caught in the raging wind turned into a razor-sharp blaze. In the dimming light, an overwhelming number of Hanafuda sentinels emerged. The monsters that attacked me! Watch out, everyone! Before Hitomasa could finish speaking, the monsters carrying raging wind launched their attack on everyone, including Karuta. Why are they even attacking the creator of the realm? How are there so many of them? You, come to me! Several large Hanafuda cards flew through the air, embedding themselves in the ground like shields, blocking the oncoming monsters just in time. Karuta flew to the front of the group, manipulating the cards to form a solid shield, protecting everyone. You bastards! If you dirty the guest's clothing, I'll have to pay for the cleaning. Karuta's hand reached into the floating Hanafuda card beside her. Flower View Sabers, out! Karuta drew twin blades from the card, then charged into the horde of monsters. Seems like it's something up with her because these butterfly sentinels keep coming after her like she's not in full control of these realms. She has a secret and looks like it's something she doesn't know as well. But back to the story. Same and his companion stood within the shield Karuta had left behind, fending off the monsters that swarmed toward them like a swarm of flies. Originally, everything in varied views was under Karuta's control, but now she found that her spell no longer had any effect, no matter what she tried. These monsters seemed like a never-ending current, continuously flooding in, impossible to defeat completely. I can't even use the spell to quit the realm. Karuta began to feel the strength in her strikes gradually lessened, as if she was approaching the edge of exhaustion. As the fierce wind weakened and the blinding torrents of petals slowed down, Karuta caught a glimpse of the monsters trying to stake through the defense line for a surprise attack.
You wish!
Karuta quickened her pace, leaping forward to block the attacking monsters. Although she managed to block this wave of attacks, Karuta exposed a vulnerability due to her exhaustion. It was at this moment of vulnerability that Karuta received a heavy blow. Hiromasa's arrow pierced through the Hanafuda sentinel, but it was already late. Karuta! Who exactly created you to disrupt my game? Karuta's consciousness gradually faded. She passed out. Karuta! Karuta! Noisy! Karuta opened her eyes, not knowing how much time had passed.
This is the dark side of the realm.
The dark side of the realm, with varied views, represented all the brightness. Then the dark side was all the chaos left behind by the realm. Karuta felt an intense pain throughout her body, followed by a surge of emotions she had never experienced before. The complex feelings caused Karuta's body to ache, as if the pain was coursing through her from the inside out. Amidst the pain, images she had never seen emerged in her mind. Karuta! Karuta! The calls felt like the gentle warmth of spring sunlight, softly lingering by her ear. The lights in the room flickered as young Karuta nestled in her mother's arms, like a tired bird returning to its nest. I think what's happening is she has been taking so many people's memories and is creating other realms for her to play in and all of that stuff until now this stuff is jumbled all together, and I think she has triggered something. That's why those sentinels keep coming up, similar to like that. If you ever seen like Loki, the series, similar to like the timekeepers keep hopping realms to fix the time. I think that's what the butterfly sentinels are. Like, she done messed up so bad with taking so many people bad memories, and is also taking good memories that is disrupting like the flow of life itself or whatever. Like, she's messing up big time. That's why in the first video, like, that's why they're like attacking her, because she's like the anomaly that needs to be removed, don't you think? But anyway. My fruit, my candle, my flower. Her mother's hand was so warm, and her laughter, like pearls, fell gently into Karuta's heart.
Mom, am I fruit, candle, or flower? Which exactly?
Her mother pressed her face against Karuta's forehead. It was so warm. You are all of them. Most importantly, my sweet child.
Meow?
Karuta's little ginger cat seemed to understand as well, meowing in response.
Meow, meow, meow. What about me?
A small mud-streaked face peeped over, eyes shining with excitement.
Mom, what about me? What am I? Look at him coming back all dirty from playing.
Both of you are my sweet babies. Mother pulled both of them into her embrace. Little one, come, let me wash you first before getting into bed. Father set down his work, walked over with big strides, and picked up the younger brother. His voice, though somewhat stern, couldn't hide his affection.
Right, no washing, no bed.
I don't want to wash. Her younger brother made a funny face, and the siblings tumbled together, their laughter echoing through the room. This is the consequence of not knowing what's good for you. A malevolent man clutched a blood-stained blade, blood dripping down to form a bright red stain on the muddy ground.
Father!
The night was dark. The heavy rain poured down, and the fierce wind howled as it swept through the small household that swayed in the storm. Did she take away her own memories? And now, since they're in the bad section of varied views realm, now she has to confront all of these memories now. So she keeps playing this game that alters reality. If you ever watched the first series of Loki, he ended up in a throwaway world, similar to this, a world where all the garbage stuff is thrown away, garbage memories, everything is thrown into that world, including Loki, because he keeps messing up. Whatever does it that's interrupting time gets thrown into that world. So I just feel like that's similar to this story, since Onmyoji is all about realms and stuff. You can even buy realms in this game. But anyway, the night was dark. The heavy rain poured down, and the fierce wind howled as it swept through the small household that swayed in the storm. The once joyful home of four had now turned into a hell. Father lay in a pool of blood, his body drenched in crimson, his eyes wide open, filled with an expression of infinite remorse. Mother passed out, her face as pale as blank paper. Younger brother bit down hard on the nobleman's hand, but the nobleman violently shoved him against the courtyard wall. Blood trickled from the corner of his mouth, winding downward as the rain washed it away.
Father! Mother!
Just because the rare flower that father had grown was covered by the Lord, and father refused to sell it at a low price, the Lord went mad and came straight to take the flower by force. While protecting the garden of flowers, father was stabbed through the chest by the man's blade. Oh, fighting over a freaking flower? Must be something magical about it or something. I don't know. Defy me again, and I'll send all of you to the grave beneath these flowers. Really, y'all fighting over some freaking flowers? Come on now. The Lord spat out these ruthless words before turning to leave, his figure blurred in the curtain of rain. What he left behind was endless fear and despair. That night, windy rain soaked Caduceus' heart.
Mother, your health.
It's okay, my little fruit. Sing me another song, and I'll get better. After father's passing, the burden of life pressed down on mother's frail shoulders. She desperately held up this broken family, and the daily toil wore down her already weak body, leading to a severe illness.
Mother! Mother!
Caduceus softly called out, tears swirling in her eyes. She sat by her mother's bedside, holding her hands cold and withered, hands that had once been warm and strong. And Caduceus' trembling song, her mother's eyes slowly closed. The eyes that had once been full of love and tenderness were now devoid of their former sparkle, becoming hollow and silent. The warm hands that had gently rested on Karuta's forehead before gradually became dead and cold. Tears welled up, dampening the flickering candlelight. The flame swayed in the tear droplets, as if it might extinguish at any moment. That winter, the snow bit Karuta's bones.
Sister, is it true that once we reach the Isle of Sorrow, we'll have food to eat?
I don't know, man. It's called the Isle of Sorrow. Island of Sorrow.
Her younger brother's voice was weak and trembling, his small body shivering on Karuta's back.
Hold up, we will be there soon.
So is that why she set up shop? She after that money.
Karuta spoke with determination. She carried her younger brother on her back. Her steps were heavy, yet restless. After the deaths of their parents, their once warm home was seized by bandits, leaving the siblings to wander the streets.
Oh my goodness. I don't wonder she wanted to take those memories away. I think she did. Her memories were so freaking bad until she came up with this card game and started just making a business out of it. Like, okay, I'm gonna take these memories away. Let me take other people's memories away. Let's make the world a better place. And then people finding out, like Sasuke, even though the game had forgot, and calling him Kimiko, which is my name. Sasuke found out that it's very important to hold on to those memories, because within those memories is some good memories, and then you're gonna forget those too. So yeah, she messing up.
The siblings became homeless and suffered countless hardships.
Sister, do you remember the sweet snack Mother used to make?
A glimmer of light passed through younger brother's eyes as he recalled the sweetness, sweet and soft.
I remember you were always so eager to eat that you ended up with a burned mouth. You never listened to what I told you.
A faint smile barely crept into Karuta's lips as she recalled the past, but her heart was filled with bitterness.
I so want to eat it once more. How about I make some for you? Don't sleep. You promised me you'll stay with me. You will be with me when we walk this path. You will be with me when we return to our home, too.
Karuta's voice trembled with crying.
Sister, I will be with you.
Younger brother's voice grew weaker and weaker, but he still tried to respond to Karuta.
I promise. I will keep my promise.
Karuta's brother's hand slid off her shoulder.
Oh, that's how she loses her brother too. She lost everybody. Like, ooh. So what she probably did, y'all, she probably really took those memories away. And now them sentinels after her because she done kept those memories away for so long until the little space-time continuum thing didn't happen, and now they after her. Like she gotta confront her past. Like, she lost everybody, and she was probably trying to get rid of her own memories, and that's what messed up everything. She thinking she out here doing good by taking people memories and cheating them at the freaking card game. But anyway, I done went off on a tangent.
Karuta abruptly stopped and tears streamed down her face. She knew that he might never wake up again. Karuta doesn't want to walk the path away from home again.
This is my... How is this yours?
It is clearly in my pocket today. Why should it end up in yours
by evening. You said that after I finished the day's work, I would get paid.
Karuta clutched her clothes, her hands covered in scars from labor.
I don't care, you said it. So you must pay me today.
Karuta lunged at the steward, but her small frame was no match for the tall, powerful man, who easily knocked to the ground, her body covered in dust.
Meow.
The little ginger cat leapt straight at the steward. Its sharp claws left several bloodstains on his face.
Ginger,
Karuta explained in shock, her eyes filled with worry. Where did this damn cat come from? Die. The steward grabbed the cat by the neck and threw it forcefully. The cat let out a sharp, pitiful cry.
no!
Karuta ran to the little ginger cat and held it tightly in her arms. Tears broke out and fell on the cat's fur. Before she could even get angry, the steward grabbed her too, and, like picking up a chick, threw her out the door. Karuta walked the streets alone again, for who knows how many times. The night wind sliced through her thin clothing like a blade, and the cold seeped into her bones. She hugged Ginger tightly, but no matter how hard she tried to keep it warm, the cat's body grew colder and colder. The moonlight stretched her shadow long, very long. Once, beside her shadow, there had been her mother, father, brother, and Ginger. But now, among the countless household lights, none was for her. In her loneliness, even the moonlight became painfully cold. Will that tomorrow come as promised? Memories surged into Karuta's mind like floods, one after another. She felt confused. This Hanafuda world was built entirely by her own hands. Here, brightness and joy were meant to be the essence of existence. She had never woven even a single thread of darkness into this world, but those Hanafuda sentinels appeared out of nowhere. They were beyond her control, as if they possessed a will of their own.
I am the master of this world, so why do uncontrollable forces exist here? Why couldn't I use the 5 lights in the match earlier? And those memories. Why do they feel so familiar, so painful?
Because it's your memories, girl. All that stuff running the freaking together. You're the best up freaking life.
Karuta suddenly realized something, a fact she had never noticed before, one she had overlooked all this time.
Could it be that I am just one of the countless players who have come to the Hanafuda house? Who sealed their memories in the cards?
See there? See there? She did do that. I guess right. She did that, and now her past is coming back to haunt her.
Like other players, I also forgot my past. I am never the master of the illusion world. I am merely another participant in this Hanafuda game that has been ongoing for years. The owner of the game is never me.
Before Karuta could recover from her shock, a massive storm was already forming within this world. The storm swept through all the objects of this dark side, gathering and twisting them together, eventually forming a gigantic monster. It was as if Karuta's fermenting pain had materialized into a creature.
See there? If you go watch Loki, there was a monster in the throwaway world, in this other realm outside of time. There was a throwaway world with a monster in it. This is Loki all over again. People, just go watch more Loki from Marvel. Like, go watch the show, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Go follow the Marvel movies series, but especially Loki. Like this just keeps reminding me of what happened in the Loki 1, the first series. And now a whole freaking creature that formed into a world because she done sealed her thoughts for so freaking long till this stuff is freaking coming to pass. Like, it's really freaking, it's destroying her.
By the time Karuta pulled herself away from the anguish, the monster had already raised its giant hand to strike her down. Karuta opened her eyes and realized that the giant hand didn't land on her. The safety charm she had always worn around her neck, the one she had been searching for its owner, was now floating in the air. It emitted a soft, gentle glow, blocking the fatal blow which was meant for her. The monster formed by the storm was shattered. With a single hit from the safety charm, it vanished into thin air.
In Loki, there was this storm, this traveling storm with this monster inside of it. Onmyoji, are y'all inspired by the Loki movie? Like, seriously, are y'all inspired? There was a storm in this realm, and out of the storm is this creature. It always stayed inside the storm when Loki battled it. And the old version of him was battling it. And the old version of him had to do everything he freaking, I'm telling spoilers, but whatever. Go watch the series, people. Seriously.
The monster formed by the storm was shattered. With a single hit from the safety charm, it vanished into thin air. The world fell back into silence. The light faded, and the surroundings were engulfed in darkness. After blocking the attack, the safety charm broke into pieces. Among the shard, there were a brocade thread, an iron clasp, a seed, and a cat whisker.
I'm gonna interrupt again, since this is very much going like the Loki series. Now, she asked the question, right? She asked the question, okay, it got to be another owner, and I'm not even the owner of the illusion. There's somebody else that's doing the controlling. That's when they met Kang. But okay, so let's continue.
They quietly floated in the darkness, resonating with something afar, as if guiding Karuta to find her way forward in the endless blackness.
Oh my goodness, finally that's over. So we finally getting to the point, y'all.